I'm raising a 12-year-old grandson. His mother lives in a van in front of my house.
This is where I live, in my van with my husband, in front of my mother's.
My daughter has an addiction to drugs. The hardest part of it all is when you see the eyes of a 12-year-old.
My mother's raising my son. She's putting a bridge between me and my son.
It's been horrible. She has broken his heart. She breaks my heart. I'm 57 years old. I'm tired.
My mom and my son treat me bad. My son calls me a crackhead whore, that I'm a no-good bitch.
There are some times, I mean, I'd literally just like to take her and take the breath from her body.
I blame my mother for the way I turned out. If she was there, maybe I wouldn't have ended up pregnant, dropped out of school, and on drugs.
She asked Kyle for $20. Kyle flatly refused because he knew she was going to buy drugs. She slapped him across the face. I grabbed her and slapped her and knocked her on the floor.
She locked me up. I got locked up for assault and a third on a minor.
For him to see that she was going to take his money and she was so angry at him. I hate you, little bastard. And she always tells him he's like he is because of me.
Me and my son's relationship is horrible. We have like a brother-sister relationship because my mother doesn't let me have a mother relationship with him.
I don't even know this person. This is not the child I gave birth to.
You're living in a van right in front of the house.
Yes, I am.
And why are you doing that?
I have no place to live. My husband lost his job. She won't let me live in her house.
And why is that?
Not only because I have a drug problem, but she also she's really rude. She puts stuff in
She's rude.
She is. She puts stuff in my son's head.
And over his head, too, like a roof.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful for her for doing that. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful for that. But she's always throwing a pity party for herself.
But whose fault is it? You're on crack, right? And that's why you can't live in the house?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you use crack.
Yeah, she don't want me in her house.
So why don't you stop doing the crack and so you can be in the house with your son?
I go to... Every time I start to get clean, she constantly throws things at me.
You are a 28-year-old woman with a son, and I hear the phrase, my mom doesn't let me. Who's 12 years old here?
But she doesn't let me do anything with him. You understand? She has custody of him. She doesn't let me have a life with him. And she has every right
Because your son got taken away.
They took him because I was in a bad situation, yes. It wasn't because I was using drugs.
And who put you in that bad situation?
The person I was with.
And then why didn't you leave that person?
It was a choice of leave that person or be with my kids. She wouldn't let me in the door with my 5 kids.
Well, then you need to start doing something to prove that you're going to stop doing crack and be a mother to your son.
She needs to let me prove myself.
You keep saying she. How about you?
And I'm going to, but she's got to be willing to accept it. She's got to accept it that I want to do it.
Say, okay, I screwed up. My mother won't let me see, but for myself, I'm going to stop doing crack.
And I want to do it for myself. I want to stop. I want to get this behind me.
Well, then why don't you?
I'm going to.
When?
I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go home and I'm going to sign myself into some place to get the help I need.
What if they're selling drugs outside?
But you know what? I can turn away.
Why haven't you turned away in the past?
Because I didn't care enough.
Why do you all of a sudden care?
Because I'm tired of living life like this.
That I believe. Let's bring out your mother.
That $20 that you took from him.
I didn't take it from him, first of all.
You wanted $20. He earned that for getting A's in school.
Okay, but I didn't take his money, and I wanted money
And he's disrespectful to you because you don't treat him like a child.
And you don't treat me like your child.
Let's bring out Michael. You called the show, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you call my show?
Still don't know the truth.
Of what?
If she's ever cheated on me. That's why I called the show, to see if she was cheating on me at the time. And then...
You called the show to see if she was cheating on you?
Cheating on me, and then I wanted to get her help for drugs. She needed help.
You're living in the van with your wife,
right?
Smoking crack with her.
Well, I'm not always smoking the crack. Well, she is.
Well, what are you doing?
Just sitting there, drinking a beer or something. I do it because if I'm not with her, that she's out doing whatever, getting in cars, robbing people, one day she might not come back.
I just don't get how the logic you get at. Like, yeah, I'm going to do the drugs because that way she'll be safe.
I don't have to live in front of...
You called the show because you're wondering if she's cheating on you?
Well, that's how it got started out.
Who cares? Who cares if she's sleeping with the other guys? You know what? I feel like I just smoke crack. Because, you know, just get off my stage.
All
I'm
right.
done with you. Whatever energy you're wasting with this guy, you need to pour that into your children and repairing your relationship with your mother. So you tell me, what's going to happen now?
I want help. I want to be a mother to my children. I'm tired of hurting my son, Steve. I'm tired of seeing him hurt. It's not right. I seen it in his eyes and I feel it. I want to be the mother that I'm supposed to be. I want to do things with him. I want to take him places. I want to get my own house. I want to have a job. I want to be normal. I want to be off of drugs. I'm tired of living on drugs. I'm going to end up losing my life out there one day. And it seems like my husband thinks everything's a joke. He don't care. When I was sitting back there watching, it's hurtful. It hurt me that he just took everything as a joke inside. It's not a joke. Like you said, he don't have no kids. He don't know what it's like to be a parent. I hurt every day, and he's not there to make me better. He's bringing me down. I'm trying to build myself up, and he pulls me down, and I allow him to pull me down because I'm like an easy target.
Well, then cut the dead weight out of your life, then. That's easy. I'm going to send you to rehab. And you have to leave right now, not saying, oh, I want to see my husband. You got to go, and you got to go straight from my stage, straight into rehab, do the 28-day program, and get yourself cleaned up. And you're willing to do that? I want you to prove me right. I want you to change your life. You're going to do it?
Yes, I want to be a mother.
Let's go. Tara left the stage. She went straight from the stage, straight into rehab. She's been there for 28 days. Let's bring her out. Let's see how she's doing.
I learned a lot about myself that I didn't want to know before. I realized how bad my addiction was, and I've overcome that.
Was it hard?
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be because I was willing to accept the help.
Do you look back and do you have any regrets?
I have a lot of regrets. I do. And I can't take back anything I've ever done. Only thing I can do now is just make him better and be there for him like I'm supposed to be.
Is it kind of shocking to look back and say, oh my God, I was living in a van?
Yeah, that was disgusting. I didn't like that lifestyle. I'd never live like that again, never.
Do you feel you can be a better mother to your son now?
Yes, I do.
And that's what you want? And
Yes, that's what I want. I want to be his mother. I want us to have a good relationship. I want to be a daughter to my mother.
that's very commendable of you. So anything you want to say to your mom?
That I love her. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to say it to her. Let's bring your mom out.
They're good tears.
She looks a lot different, huh, Mom?
She looks beautiful. That's my child.
Tilly, what happened to the van?
When we left, I gave him his eviction notice away from my curb in front of my house, or a tow truck would escort him, and he left.
All right.
He's no longer in our lives.
How do you feel about your, last time you were here, not such a bright future, was living a pretty horrific lifestyle. How do you feel about your daughter's future now?
My daughter has a lot ahead of her. With her, the drug addiction is a problem, and it's always going to be, but I want to go to meetings with her so I can educate myself as what she may go through. Her whole family is so proud of her, so very proud, and I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. At least I don't have to bear it.